Hello, good morning. This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. We are back again on another edition. So wherever you are, thank you very much for always following this program. And it's the Thursday edition. Today too, we'll take a look at the African Code from the Code and the newspaper review. And Mr. Adedrame will be reviewing the stories with us. From there, we'll be talking to the Ministry of Health on the Gambia launches National Food and Secure Drug Quality Control Lab. And we'll be talking to Jibril Gando Balde, Fatoumata Koma, Deputy Director of Health Services and Partnership Coordinator, Ministry of Health. From there, then we will be talking to Setal Sunyuriu. They will be on the program. That's the ambassadors of Setal Sunyuriu. And on the program, I am with Mr. Momodu Mboj as the co-host of this program. Good morning, Mr. Momodu Mboj.
Good morning, Mr. Butler.
How are you feeling today?
Alhamdulillah.
I learned that you were not feeling very, very okay yesterday.
Yes, you know, sort of, I call it sleep deprivation. You're having headaches now. I mean, you can't sleep at night. So it's been very, very difficult. In fact, which made me sort of start thinking, I wonder whether we've calculated the consequences of this, the economic consequences. You know, people calculate these things, the losses, as it were, to productivity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure somebody somewhere has done
Just somebody somewhere will do that. You know, the losses to productivity given this period. You know, it's just us. I mean, we are on the low end, the shallow end. Can you imagine tailors and all that? Any business, you need electricity all the time, don't you? Yeah. So can you imagine? So I think this is just dampened a lot of
most of the time when we talk about power cuts, we only think about, okay, NAWEC, it's not doing it. But I think we also have to highlight on the economic losses that it's going to cost, because even this is a clear manifest that most of these tailors didn't even work, and you know, sometimes this can affect the economic growth of a country.
And here, Ali, before you come in, we're really not. You realize I had not mentioned NAWEC's name. It's just the consequences of the experience we're going through. Whatever the causes are, I haven't touched, I do not know, because there are just so many narratives and that sort of thing. But this is just the consequences, and that's all we want to talking about.
The reason I mentioned that, we are more focused on NAWEC, you understand? But it also comes with its challenges as well, economic challenges. That's what I'm talking about.
It is, because if you think about it, you know, sometimes there's what you might call a moment when a particular thing becomes the topic that is discussed around the coffee table in an office or whatever. People are having breakfast. What are they discussing? They're discussing NAWEC. And one of our colleagues yesterday told me that he's had to have his fridge completely open, throw out a whole bunch of food because it's spoiled, and he didn't want the stench from the fridge being closed, and they've gone 4 days without electricity. So it's unavoidable. So if you extrapolate that to somebody who's running a commercial business and they have certain foodstuffs that need to be refrigerated, they're probably having to, so as Mboj says, you know, the economic cost of a lot of this thing, as well as obviously, you know, people not being able to sleep because it's too hot, and there are no fans, there's no air conditioning that's working because there's no electricity. Then you then begin to realize, as you rightly said, sometimes we just think NAWEC, but what about the impact? What about the costs? What about the implications?
I've been getting constant electricity for the past 1 week. I mean, since Tubaski. You know, the power cuts that many people complained. You know, I wasn't part of it until yesterday. You know, it went since morning until 10 p.m. And when there was power, it was just going on and off. Right. On and off. On for 10 minutes and off again.
Yeah, somebody else related something.
I can tell you, Mr. Dedrano, for the past 7-8 years, I did not resort to candles. I did not resort to candles. I did not resort to lights. I did not resort to anything. 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 I did not resort to anyth But yesterday, for the first time, I used candle.
There are people who are thinking, what's a candle?
I said to my 4-year-old boy, he saw me with a candle, and he asked me, Dad, what is this?
What is it? Yeah, quite.
I was surprised. And I was like, you don't know what this is? He said to me, it's a mosquito coil. I said, no, not a mosquito coil. This is a candle. And he was so, surprised to see a candle. I was like, really? This boy don't know candle?
So with you yesterday, and with you, your experience is slightly different. It's not been that severe.
More than slightly different. There was a time when we had quite a severe sort of impact, and we were getting constant. I would come on here, I'd come to the office, and I would complain. But for the last 3-4 months, we've had constant electricity.
So and what I heard from Jacqueline, then you have the Bruce experience. So the severity is not across the board.
No.
It's not uniformly.
It's not.
So around
it's kind of very patchy.
Area. It's very patchy. It depends. Some areas are more severely affected than others. That's what it is.
If you make a donkey work for you, you have to feed him. If you make a donkey work for you, you have to feed him. For me, it's not about the donkey walking. Why did we term donkeys as very stupid animals? Why do we always attach negative vibes to donkeys? In fact, we've gone to an extent where I will be calling you mbam, you are just a donkey.
You're a donkey.
You understand? So, when I watched a documentary, a short documentary, they will tell you donkeys are among the most intelligent animals.
I'm not sure whether I want to get into that, but this is important. He said, we think that donkeys are stupid. When we use it metaphorically, referring to people, we mean that. But useless? Never. They're a source of income. Source of income for. Look at how many people use donkeys. We use donkeys to work. They're so useful in that way. That's it. But maybe that's it. You see the way we hit them. They just do the things we do when you control the reins, isn't it? Something like that. So we think they're stupid. You have to direct them. You have to tell them everything.
And I think if you're watching and you're one of these sort of animal rights, in fact, you don't even have to be. But you see the donkeys moving anyway, and the guy is still hitting and hitting. And it kind of directly relates to that, although you take it out of the donkey manner. It's about gratitude, something that, or somebody who does something that benefits you. It's about showing gratitude. And these people who earn their living from donkeys kind of one day flog them to death. Your gratitude is karma for you. You should have treated that donkey better in previous times when, and then you'll be crying because now you've lost your livelihood because that donkey was very much part of that livelihood. So it's about gratitude generally, I think is what the proverb is getting at, and about showing gratitude, really.
Absolutely. And if I want certain consequences, certain outputs, I have to put in certain inputs. As it were. So being the employer with my staff, I have to support and reward you. Or leader, I have to equip the team to do the task that they're given to do. Stuff like that. Even as parents, isn't it? I want my child to behave in a certain way or achieve certain results. There are things that I must do.
Yes, inculcate certain behavior, attitude in them. Even indoctrinate them in good behavior and good manners and those sorts of things, because that's the type of person you want them to grow up to be. So yes, it's
Well, it's a matter of getting the individual or the animal to get used to your own ways. People make dogs understand communication. You can tell a dog, sit down, and it will sit. You understand? So it's a matter of how you portray yourself and how you train it. Train it when it is right.
This is the key. Now try that with a cat.
Certain animals.
With some animals you can do certain things.
You can't.
With others you can't. It's all a question of context. Isn't it? It's all a question of context.
Because you might have a dog or cats, and yes, and they're quite different. You might have just a donkey, but if you want it to do the job of a guard dog, no matter how you train it, it's not going to. What you put in, different contexts, different animals, different treatment, different behavior. But yes, you see people with horse and donkey trust, and you know they're very concerned about the way that people treat donkeys here, and you know they're always advocating that we should treat them better and so on. So yeah, that's
it.
Yeah.
But it's just our perspective, our views, our norms of animals.
Animals, yeah.
It's just very, very weird.
Because most people here, the animals don't sleep in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you go in Europe and America, they're almost part of the family. They'll sit on the sofa next to you when you're eating. They might even lick your mouth.
Yeah, we have few homes that, you know, the cats can sleep in the house.
But generally,
generally, you don't have
on the couch, on For us here, animals should sleep outside, not inside our house.
You see them.
I remember a house in Britain where the dog, I mean, was being fed from the cup of tea. Man, this is something.
I mean, the first time I saw that, like,
I thought, well,
that's normal.
That's a different level of.
That's normal.
I mean, I went to one house once, and I was wearing a black suit, and when I sat down, I got up and I realized there was all the dog fur on me because the dog had been. I just blasted. I said, "Why do you allow this stupid dog to, you know, come and sit on the sofa where people are meant to be sitting?" I said, "Look at me," you know. I was furious, you know, and they were all like, you know, he's like a part of the family. I said, "Yeah, but he's not human," you know. But yeah, it's you get that. So different.
Completely. But this is the key, though. With them, in a sense, the underlying philosophy is this: the better I treat animals or any of that, that's like an index of my humanity. My civilization. So they see us really who don't treat animals well as really not civilized. That's really what the underlying logic is. It's a measure of your humanity, how you treat these animals. You have power over them, you have all sorts of things over them, really. How do you treat them? So that's a very interesting idea there.
Well, interesting. It depends on how you treat them. I mean, each society and how you believe animals should be treated.
He's a relativist. Each society, if what you believe is okay, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so if we believe that we should be killing them, imagine this society A believes that they should be killing these things. Is that okay?
I have a reason. That's why I said each society and what you believe. Maybe killing them, I might not agree to that.
You see?
But I might agree the animals should stay outside.
But you've betrayed something there. There's something universal. You see, you do not agree that they should be killed. What are you appealing to there? Universal values. There are certain things people shouldn't do.
There are people who even advocate in the same way you have universal human rights, that you should have universal animal rights. There are some who advocate that. I'm not sure I'd go that far.
Now we'll take a short break.
Let's go.
After the break. Then if that is the case, we should stop killing chickens. We should stop murdering chickens.
He's gone to the other end as well.
Yeah, so we will take a short break. After the break, we'll take a look at some of the papers. We'll be back.
Your favorite programs on QTV are join the biggest network with the cheapest tariff in the Gambia and enjoy crystal clear calls and super fast internet at the cheapest tariff only with QCell. Rush now and grab your free QCell SIM card today from any of our care centers near you. QCell, the biggest network with the cheapest tariff. QCell Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. We are back again after that break. We've dealt with the African Code. So now we are about to move to some of the stories on the newspapers. You'll excuse me so that I can, Mr. Adidrame. It will be important for us to have the papers. I think today.
If not, there are a lot of things that are happening around the world.
All right. I think it would be nice for us to look at the papers. You know.
If we have them. If we don't have them, we can obviously talk about things that are happening.
Yeah, okay. So we'll be having something projected on the screen. Gold scandal rocks Bensouda dynasty.
Dynasty. We're not Americans.
Yeah, so gold scandal.
I don't know what this gold
That's
scandal
gold on
is.
your shirt there.
Yes, that's scandalous. yeah, quite.
That looks gold.
Yeah, quite.
Yes.
I'm not sure what this is about. I have to be honest.
It would be significant for us to
it
go
would have
through
been
the story.
interesting. Yes,
You
I
know,
mean,
at least we would.
I'm not sure what the
But
scandal
the
is.
title is unbelievable.
Gold scandal rocks
Bensouda dynasty. And I'm like, whoa, that's a Bensouda dynasty?
Yeah, quite.
Where?
Who knew?
Who knew? Oh.
So yeah, we don't know what that is about, but you suspect that a story like that only appears when somebody wants to, you see the picture there, you can guess who they're targeting with that headline. So
Some people will call it maybe, if it is directed to Talib Bensouda.
Why is his picture there?
It's
Why is his picture there? Of course it is.
Yeah, it is, I know. But,
What do you mean if?
It's obvious, it's obvious.
But it depends on the weight. Probably the weight is more on him, or probably the individual that is on the
like
paper.
I said, one of the people there is him. Okay, so
it's obvious. That one is obvious. Let's move on.
Anyway, yeah.
So it's like we do not have the papers here.
In where? In the Gambia?
On the usual place we.
Okay,
decide
where we
for
get them from.
You know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So can we take a short break?
So
we'll be right back after the break. Can we take a break, please? Yes, we'll be back.
As the sun sets, the stories that matter rise.
Stand by. Action.
If you're tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Jacqueline Colley. Now on to the rest of our stories.
It's a great day for the Gambia at the Special Olympic World Games Berlin 2023.
Reporting for QTV News from Beijing, I am Jennifer Sonko.
Reporting for QTV News from the State House in Banjul, I am Anusis.
World leaders have arrived in Belém in the heart of the Amazon.
From the Banjul International Airport, I am William Kamara.
Babkar Sise, QTV News, Madinatul Munawwara.
Reporting for QTV News from Abuja, I am Mamna Buka.
Osman Chata, reporting for QTV News from the Makati Square in Banjul.
That's all for now. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Until then, on behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching.
The Nightly News, Mondays to Saturdays at 8 p.m. on QTV and Q Radio.
Q Money is changing the game with mobile money payment. Now, you can pay your QCell mobile broadband plan faster, easier, and way more convenient with your Q Money wallet. Just open the Q Money app or dial *323#. Select option 4 to buy or pay your broadband plan in seconds. No stress, no lines, no last-minute panic. Whether you're streaming your favorite shows, browsing the web, or working from home, stay connected without missing a beat. Stay connected the easy way with QMoney's QCell mobile broadband payments anytime, anywhere. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyakalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
In today's world, speed matters, but slow internet can hold you back. Now, the future of connectivity has arrived in the Gambia. QCell's Q-Fiber, ultra-fast, ultra-reliable internet designed for the way you live. Stream your favorite shows without buffering. Power your business with seamless video calls. Study, work, and play online like never before. From homes to businesses, QCell Fiber is connecting the Gambia to the future. QCell's Q-Fiber. Get connected today. Call 145 or 300-3779. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards.
Yeah, so we are back. This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. Of course, Sidi Njai on the Standard newspaper says he is not anti-Mandinka. You know, there are a lot of rumors circulating that Sidi is against the Mandinka tribe. you know, considering some of the audio leakages that happened the other time. So people are viewing CD as an anti-Mandinka. Now he's replying, I am not anti-Mandinka, Mr. Adedrame.
We can all make a statement. I can sit here and say I'm not anti-Liverpool or I'm not anti-Man City, but my words in an unguarded moment will betray that not to be true. When you're a politician, you can be very careful about what you say in public. But when you don't realize that you're being recorded and in an unguarded moment, you might reveal your real self. And so it's easy to make a statement, say, I am not. But when they have your words saying the opposite, those words have betrayed you and make a nonsense, let's be honest, of the statement saying I'm not this or I'm not that. Because you didn't know you were being recorded, and if you were, you wouldn't have said those things. But what does that say? That you weren't being, you know. And so it's a difficult one, but some of us have heard the audio, and we will make up our own minds.
In fact, yeah.
What does it say? I haven't heard, I have to be honest with you. What exactly does he say in the audio too?
It's the Omar P. Jallow audio that's been released in various segments, and he is on tape, as it were, saying certain things that are against certain people, and he's using tribalistic language. And I'll go so far as to say that when the khutbah was delivered on Eid, every single event that we covered spoke against people using tribalistic language. And I don't know if he wants to take the poor credit for that, but almost everybody who came back and reported to us said, we thought that it was his comments that were being addressed by the imams because it had been so explosive. So, of course, if he were, he's hardly going to come out and say, I am anti-Mandinka, because he knows the consequences of that. But it's a messy one. And as I say, people will make up their own minds. They won't be guarded by, you know, a statement, whether it's a press statement or a statement that's issued to the media or whatever. They will judge you by your words. And
well,
indeed,
you see, the problem that I've realized, most politicians, if they are talking, especially if they're talking in front of a crowd, sometimes I don't know whether they are overwhelmed
adrenaline,
by the situation. Because I've witnessed where a politician was talking to the Fulani community, telling them, this guy, he holds this position, he is a Fula. This man holds this position, he is a Fula. The other one holds this position, he is a Fula. So Fulanis, we have a big share in this country. You know, so I felt very embarrassed as a Fula, in fact, sitting and listening to him saying those things. In fact, it was so embarrassing that other tribes were also present.
But
very uncomfortable.
But the people and the positions he mentioned, were they a statement of fact?
Absolutely.
So what's the problem?
But it's not about those people and their positions, but it's what he is trying to portray.
Which is what?
Hatred among tribes.
We are important.
Yeah. Now you've given this context.
These positions. But this is the key.
Yeah.
Those people were not put in that position because of their fullness.
Which is what this person was
That's
implying.
Really the key.
Is that what you're saying? That's what the person was
That's
implying.
it. Yeah. So we would like to think that they were put in that position because of their competence, their qualities and stuff like that, but not because of you are fuller. That is really where the logic breaks down. It is not about that at all. No, this is the danger, Ade. This language now is emerging.
Yeah.
Here. We are seeing more ourselves more as an ethnic this or ethnic that.
And it's a dangerous one.
Very
dangerous. Burj will tell you that just before we came on air, I was just showing him that yet another monument has been unveiled yesterday in Rwanda to the victims of the genocide. Now, when we say this, people think, oh, you're being melodramatic. But that's how it starts. If we don't kill it, if we don't curb it, if we don't stop that sort of language, that is what it can escalate to. Look at what's happening in South Africa. People who've just gone there to work, to live. I mean, Gajaga was telling me about an elderly Nigerian man who went to a shop and somebody filmed him being surrounded by a crowd. And the South Africans were telling the people, don't serve him, he's not South African. And the man, surrounded by all these people, just turned on them and started insulting them. He said, I've lived here for 28 years. I worked, I pay my taxes. I'm not illegal. How dare you, just because I'm a foreigner? He said, when you people were suffering under apartheid, the rest of Africa rushed to help you. He said, how dare you? He said, I'm not going anywhere. He said, I don't care who. He said, if any of you try and fight me, I will fight you, even though you outnumber me. And, you know, Gajaga said he was so amazed that this guy, in the face of a mob, was completely unafraid.
Well, it's because of the reality. He was so real and very frank.
I think be real and frank, but you could lose your life.
They need someone to look at them in the face and tell them, look, get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, you needed us when we...
You know, but what I'm saying is this is the language that's being used against foreigners. In South Africa has always been one of the most crime-ridden countries. And now they're trying to blame it on foreigners, when 90% of the people in their jails are not foreigners, they're South Africans.
That's it.
I checked the statistics, 90%.
That's it. And for what we were talking about, we can just take the Gambia as an example. I remember pre-1994, we thought that we had escaped that cycle of military coups. We were amongst the last for these things to be successful. Everybody else had that. Then it happened. Then afterwards we were hearing the rumors of gruesome murders and all of that happening. Then we thought, oh, not Gambians. This must be foreigners. It cannot be Gambians. TRRC blew
and it happened to be Gambians.
Happened to be Gambians. So one should be careful. The idea that we are different, our history is different, we can never be this or never be that. You are really setting yourself up for a nasty, nasty surprise. One must always be on our guard. So today there is peace. So this idea of, oh, Kallang, we're taking it as a joke, but yet it is reinforcing the ethnic divisions amongst us. What I see now, kids, even in the office, oh, you know, we are the fullers. You know, we are the this. You know, we are the that. When we were growing up, that language, we didn't have, I certainly didn't have that much language in Banjul, in really. How you categorize them, oh, Kekun Nandala or not. But that doesn't stick to tribal lines. You can have a Fuller boy there, a Wolof girl there, or something else there, you are the cool guy.
Mr. Alidrame,
different tribes.
You see, when I listen to tribal comments to a certain point, I happen to witness several of those kind of conversations. You understand? Even if I am with my own Fulani people, when I felt these people are becoming too tribal.
They're straying.
No, I don't understand.
I'm saying when they're straying into that territory.
I stopped the conversation immediately.
Because you know, we know that it's a fine line between being proud of who and what you are, your heritage, your history, your culture even. You can't get rid of those things and just throw them away for a sort of kind of monolithic culture, because, you know, that's, you know, as we said, you know, just yesterday I was reading an article which said that across this belt of Africa you have Fullers in 20 countries. That's, you know, imagine if that was one country. And they have kept in those countries, the article was saying, they've kept their traditions. And so there are certain things that people can be proud of. But just because you are proud doesn't mean you have to hate somebody else or hate their culture. And that's the difference. So when you say tribal, there's a fine line between this kind of negative that can spill over into xenophobia and sort of negativity.
Yes. So we have on the Observer 24, NPP-led alliance rejects corruption allegations, call them politically motivated. My party on the paper.
Yes,
You
because
would say that, wouldn't you?
yes, and also Sankare went on radio and he said that President, he can swear on the Holy Quran that President Barrow is not corrupt, and some people said, how do you know? And that is part of what it is. Just tells you that we are in an election year, so you will have these claims, counterclaims. You will have allegations. We've just had the Chief of Defense Staff being, one has to say, forced to resign. If we were sitting here talking 2 months ago, nobody saw a reason that we knew of for him to resign. However, allegations started coming up that were supported by what seemed to be incontrovertible evidence. Had that not been the case, he would not have resigned, because there would have just been allegations. And so my guys, whenever they've tried to do a story, I've always said to them, if you don't have the evidence, it's not a story. It's just a rumor. I don't care if you're telling me that the rumor is from somebody who is an impeccable source. I don't want to know. Do they have the receipts in quotes? Do they have the evidence, the hard evidence? That is what forced that resignation. So these things will come, because these are one of the things that people will always bring up in an election year. Corruption, how you deal with corruption, how people perceive corruption, and so on. So we'll get headlines like this all the way through to December, I suspect.
So I'm aware we are supposed to take a break now, and we prepare for the next segment. And thank you very much, Mr. Adedrame, for talking to us. By the way, nice half ton there.
Thank you.
It is gold coated. I hope it's not one of the gold pallets on the newspaper.
The gold scandal.
The gold scandal ones. I got this from our colleague Ida, and I came to work one day, and guess who was wearing the identical one?
Oh,
Mamadou Gajaga. So we have
the same. He became your twin brother.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So viewers will be right back after the break.
As the sun sets, the stories that matter rise.
Stand by. Action.
If you're tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Jacqueline Colley. Now on to the rest of our stories.
It's a great day for the Gambia at the Special Olympic World Games Berlin 2023.
Reporting for QTV News from Beijing, I am Jennifer Songo.
Reporting for QTV News from the State House in Banjul, I am Ali Sisi.
World leaders have arrived in Belém in the heart of the Amazon.
From the Banjul International Airport, I am William Kamara.
Babkar Sise, QTV News, Madinatul Munawara.
Reporting for QTV News from Abuja, I am Mamna Buka.
Osman Chata, reporting for QTV News from the Makati Square in Banjul.
That's all for now. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Until then, on behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching.
The Nightly News, Mondays to Saturdays at 8 p.m. on QTV and Q Radio.
Q Money is changing the game with mobile money payment. Now, you can pay your QCell mobile broadband plan faster, easier, and way more convenient with your Q Money wallet. Just open the Q Money app or dial *323#. Select option 4 to buy or pay your broadband plan in seconds. No stress, no lines, no last-minute panic. Whether you're streaming your favorite shows, browsing the web, or working from home, stay connected without missing a beat. Stay connected the easy way with QMoney's QCell mobile broadband payments anytime, anywhere. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunny Carpet. Terms and conditions apply.
In today's world,
this is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. We are back again after the break. And now let's move on. We have Jibril Gando Balde, Senior Health Communication Expert, Minister of Health. And we'll be talking about the Gambia launches National Food and Drug Quality Control Lab. It is very important for us to discuss this. And Jibril is here to help us go through this. Jibril, it's good to be here and good to have you on the program. You are welcome.
Thank you, Balde. It's a pleasure always to be on this morning. And greetings to my elder, Mr. Boyd.
Yes,
you know, the camera crew and the technical and the management.
It's been a while. I think I hope it's not getting close to a year. We've not had anything
from me personally, but
program.
My team have been coming.
They've been coming.
So, yes,
we've been having them here, but from you.
Yeah, from me it has been a while. So
Yeah.
because there have been a lot of other works that I'm doing other than coming to TV. We're working on activities. We're planning on many responses. We had the Hunter virus. We had the Ebola virus. So we cannot just sit. We have to be preparing behind the scenes as to what should be the response if it should happen to come. So we are working on those things behind the scenes, trying to prepare the emergency response plans for Ebola, for Hunter virus. And so there is a lot going on. But this week is the biggest event that we're planning, which is the launching of the Food Drug Quality Control Laboratory for the first time in the Gambia. It might be first in the sub-region even.
Yeah, let's talk about what is this lab all about? Tell us.
Yes, this is the Food and Drug Quality Control Laboratory.
Okay.
So when we say Food and Drug Quality Control Laboratory, what it means to the ordinary Gambians is this. Now, this have given ordinary Gambians the opportunity, or residents of the Gambia, the opportunity for their food and drugs to be tested.
In the country?
In the country.
Okay.
At turntable, not very far even.
Okay.
So as we have experienced before, our food and drugs, for them samples to be tested, we have to package them, send them abroad. Either Senegal, either Ghana, some as far as Europe.
Okay.
So which is very expensive, it's time consuming, and it's a lot of things to do. So now the government of the Gambia, through support from World Bank and the Ministry of Health, established this magnificent. So what you are seeing on this screen is a result of amoxicillin test. You can see amoxicillin.
Okay.
So this is telling you all the ingredients in amoxicillin. So if there is any foul ingredient in the amoxicillin now, we will be able to detect it. So this was what we were lacking. Since independence, we never had anything like this. So this is so significant that, and now not only drugs, because that is just an example of an amoxicillin being tested there. So all the parameters as far as quality control is considered, we will make sure that we check everything. So, and it doesn't even come, even the fake drugs now that come. If you make a paracetamol, there is another test we run on paracetamol.
Okay.
And if you look at that, it can tell you whether this paracetamol is fake or is real. So this is the amoxicillin one. So the same test is done for other diseases like amoxicillin, paracetamol, any other medicine now. So we can tell whether this is chalk powder you made this paracetamol from, or is from the original substance of the thing that you need to make paracetamol from. Even the dissolution, if I should take a tablet now, how it should dissolve in my body, in my stomach, intestine, going into the blood vessels and everything. Now that dissolution process can be tested, simulated in our labs. So we can detect now the fake and the original drugs. We can also detect substances that should not be in the drug if they happen to be there. So it also comes along with a food laboratory test, where now our food also, the cans, the tins, these processed foods coming from outside, they can all also be tested and see which are having what ingredients, what is the percentage of this ingredient that they say is on the tin, because all these things, they are dictated by international standard that they should have labels, and those labels should give you the details of what and what and what is in that. So if they say this and this and this is in this tin, in this sardine, or is in this sausage tin, now we can verify in the country.
Okay, so we'll know.
Yes, now we will know. So this Balde is going to help everybody, because that is helping the businessman who is bringing in medication or the food to assure that now the food he is supplying is of quality, is of standard. And the people also, ordinary people now consuming also will be guaranteed that the food, the medicine that they will be taking now can be tested in the country and they are certified, guaranteed. And this also helps to boost morals of tourists, people in the diaspora, because Africa, they think it's a garbage. So many people, when they're thinking of coming to Africa, especially relocating to Africa, these are some of the things they will check. So this have a good, significant importance when it comes to even tourism outside health. It can boost our tourism because now many can be confident that definitely if I go to Gambia, I can be assured to take medicine and food that is of quality because it has been assured. So this is what the Ministry of Health and the Gambia government brought for the people of the Gambia, so that what happened some years ago, it doesn't repeat itself ever in our history.
Absolutely, yes. You've mentioned Ministry of Health and the government of the Gambia, and I'm sure also with external partners, because as you were talking there, I thought, what kind of equipment will be able to test all of these things? So tell us more about this lab. What equipment, expertise, do we have the expertise? Are people trained to do certain things? What's the management like?
Yes, when it comes to the equipments, I think we shared some of the videos of the equipments that have been installed, and this is one of them. So now with this, you can calibrate, and with this machine specifically, it can tell you a particular tablet, if it is viable, whether it is because of the transportation period before it reaches the Gambia, the container and everything, it was shaking, the waves and everything. So now when it reaches, before somebody takes it, it should be tested. And some of these machines can test to determine whether this drug, the way it has been shaken on the way, whether it is still potential, whether it can still serve its purpose, whether it still maintains its potency and its structure and everything. So now all those parameters can be checked. Not just you bring the drug and pack it in a store and then we just check the quality control, but even the physical appearance of the tablet, of the syrups, of all the medicine components can be verified. Not only the chemical component in it or the biological component in it. So we have different series of machines because each machine is designed to do a specific task. Just like that machine with the computer, and most of these are connected with computers. So after analyzing, they give you auto results.
Do we have the expertise? Just as you said, this is new.
Yes, it's new.
It's new.
But remember, we have a food safety quality authority, and they have food scientists. So they didn't have the capacity, the equipment before, but they had the personnel. So we had the personnel before the equipment. So food safety had scientists, even though they were not much, but they had scientists, which can, because if you don't have the scientists, even if somebody do a test for you abroad and brings it for you, how can you interpret it? So these people were on the ground and they were interpreting these results. They were sending results for testing, so they were helping in analyzing. But now they have the opportunity now, because they now have the equipment where they can sit and take their samples in country, test them, analyze them in country, give the result to the businessman or to the family member or to the doctor who want a result for a particular test to be done. Or because even the groundnuts that farmers are selling, remember that the aflatoxin, it has to be tested. So now our food scientists have the capacity now, the equipment now, to test the aflatoxin level. So that was why many of our groundnut couldn't live, because of when it goes out, they test it. These are some of the things that they flag. But now, if we can test it in country, before they flag it outside, we will flag it and rectify it. And then now farmers have opportunity to export to any country in the world. You just give them their your specification as to this and these are the criteria, and they will go and do those criteria tests. And if they are certified, now they can go anywhere in the world. So this is not only about health, but even in business. So when it comes to the other lab, because I was talking about the food safety. Now, when you talk about the drug lab, you have MCA, Medicine Control Agency. they also have scientists there who are doing this test, because some of the tests, that test, amoxicillin test, it was run by Tijan, who used to come here during the AKI. So Tijan was the one who was running that amoxicillin test, trying to tell you all the ingredients in the amoxicillin, what are the parameters, they are checking and everything. So we have the scientists. But to say whether we have a lot of them, that's also another thing. But we have scientists who can use these machines and also interpret them.
That was exactly what was going to be my second
capacity,
point.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to do the domestic internal testing. But again, we are told that 85–90% of what we consume really comes from outside.
Yes.
Be it drugs or be it food. That's it. How do you deal with that? How do you manage that?
Yes, when it comes to those things, anything entering in the country in this age and day is registered. It's not should be, it's registered. When it comes to drugs, they are not tested before, but they were registered. All the drugs that comes in, you have to be registered. Just like a child who is born in the Gambia, you have to be registered to get a birth certificate, because this is your first time landing in the Gambia. So when that applies to everything, whether it's drug, whether it's food. So food item also, if there is a new like beef can that comes in and it is named this morning, we don't have a beef can that is named this morning in the Gambia, do we? So if it happens to come, it will be registered. So that registration now, it goes beyond registration. Now it will be tested. So the company, the business owner who brings in the supply will be told that you now need to consider testing your business's items. You have to bring a sample of this morning canned beef and all other canned beefs or all other products, food products that you have, and you bring them before you take them to the market. Now we can test them in country. So before, that was the challenge. You have to take them outside, bring them back in, and testing outside sometimes can go for months, because you don't know what level of,
So which means the businessman will not sell if it's not tested?
Yes, he would not sell any new product, because we having products that are already running, and those have already been certified, they have been normalized. But the new ones that are coming in, but with this new machine now, it's like everything is new. With this new machine now, you can assume like everything is going to be new now. So we can recall anything and then just run a test on it. So you don't see we running a test on paracetamol and amox in the country here.
How can customers get access to this testing? So is it only
this testing,
prompted by the
this
ministry?
testing is not only even food and medicine that the lab can run.
It does a lot of
It can do cosmetics, because people are applying a lot of cosmetic, oils and this and that. So there are some chemicals that are carcinogenic, which can cause cancer. So that's why even MCA, if you remember, some time ago, they were given a press release that, all those selling cosmetics should register with them, register their brand of materials. So because there are chemicals that can interfere with your health. So it can test cosmetics, it can test water quality. So everything that the human being consumes can be tested within this facility. So we will be having different lab scientists with different expertise. You understand? So the food scientist will come do his food test, the medicine scientist will come do his medicine test, the agricultural scientist will come and do his agricultural test on aflatoxin, on groundnuts, on vegetable pesticide residues, because we know we all consume vegetables and most of the time they are not washed properly, and they are applied with pesticides. Even a day before harvest they can apply pesticide. But for you eating, your wife went and buy it at the market. Do you know what is the pesticide level in that tomato you are eating? And most of the time you're eating it raw, not cooked. So all these machines can help us address all these issues.
Absolutely. Quickly, the management of the lab, is it directly a Ministry of Health? Is it going to be sort of a, semi-autonomous body? How will it work? Because everything that you've said, theoretically, there are certain outcomes that we should expect, granted. But we've always known what we call the crisis of implementation. The MCA had their rules, had their regulation, had everything, yet that couldn't stop AKI. So how efficient, as it were, is the system? That's really what the challenge is now, isn't it?
Yes. The premises is named the National Food and Drug Quality Control Laboratory. So going by the name, you can see it's like putting different institutions together. But the essence here is quality control. That's the essence. Whether it is food safety, whether it is medicine safety, whether it's agriculture, whoever wants to ensure quality control can come in and use the facility, and then we will coordinate that by the Ministry of Health. Because even the launching is Ministry of Health who is coordinating everything. So whoever institution can come and use the lab, but with coordination from the Ministry of Health. So that there will be that, organized, form of, making sure that things are in order. Because if every institution comes in and do your thing without the knowledge of the one main coordinator, there might be some challenges. So that's why it's coordinated by the Ministry of Health, but all other government institutions that are relevant to the lab can come in and do their thing.
What threats do you see to its efficient running?
Threat, because it's new. That's a threat. So something, the fear of the unknown, sometimes
is
it's
it
challenging.
That we have few personnel to
yes,
run the
because
system?
the capacity of the lab is big. If you go into the lab, it's a big lab. It's some of the biggest labs I've entered in my life. So when you look at the capacity, it can really accommodate a lot. A lot can be done in this lab. So this is a big opportunity for the Gambia, and it's a big opportunity for also the youths out there. It has an inclination to the youthful population, because we didn't have the equipment and the capacity before. So we had less scientists. But now we have the equipment and the capacity. So now many youths can venture into training different specific scientific specialities. You understand? So now, since we have a food lab, we have a drug lab that can also encourage a lot of graduates from grade 12 to venture into this field, even going into universities, biology and other students can venture into this. So the opportunities there are
So Gando, we understand these are very sophisticated machines, and you need a lot of expertise to be able to operate them.
That's definitely.
But since the ministry knew, okay, we are going to purchase these machines, I think it would have been very wise for you to send people on training, so that once these things are installed, these people will operate these things quickly.
Yes, for the operational, as I said, we have the manpower to operate it for now. But to operate it at full capacity, you need more manpower. And the ministry is working with partners, you understand, to make sure that, those things are there. But for now, we open it on Monday. You see, that test is being run by a personnel of our staff, MCA. So these are some of the things.
Okay.
So when it comes to the food, also the food scientists, they are already at Brussels, at the lab there. So they also trying to fix their equipment and try to run
so
tests.
How many
by
people
today,
are we talking about? How many personnel to run, engineers to run this?
Because some of these machines are very small. You understand? It's not like a big hall of machine. So some of these are just small equipments that are specifically designed for specific check-ins. So one person can operate. It's not something like you need 4 people to operate one machine, because if the pictures you have seen, some of them can fit on this table. You understand? But you have some that are bigger than your sofa. So there are different types of machines. So if you can see this, only one person can operate this. This is what is used to check the stability of the drugs, and these are storage, facilities where your samples, before you test or after testing, you can place them. So this screen showing you. So we have people right now to do this on the ground.
Okay.
And they have started, because this is evident. We did this before I came here today. I took these photos, these videos.
Okay.
I took these videos day before yesterday with Tijan when he was running. Yesterday also, he ran some tests on paracetamol, on amoxicillin, on diclofenac, on many other things. And a team was there with the minister, the directors, the PS, everybody was there. Just to make sure that by Friday, we are fully set and operational.
Okay.
By Friday, we are opening. That is the launching. And it's being launched by the president.
So Friday is official launching.
And
from there, operational.
We will show everybody what the facility can do. When it comes to food, when it comes to drugs.
All these pharmacies we have in this country, the medicines that they are selling, do you have them in your labs?
They are registered. All of them are registered. We have all of them. But what was used to be challenging is for them to be tested in the country. So we used to have to outsource that to Senegal, to Ghana, up to Europe. Certain parameters if you want to check them. You understand? So these things, even the Aki, you remember some of the samples went as far as Germany.
Yes.
So now all those things can be tested.
So you are telling me if you have all those medicines in your possession, so are you telling me now, you people, you know the number of pharmacies we have in this country?
We know that for sure.
Oh,
because they give out the certificate. MCA give out the certificate. Pharmacy, National Pharmaceuticals. They give out the certificate to each and every pharmacy. And not only that, the drugs that they put in those pharmacies, they are all registered. It's just like you Balde, they register you, you have your family. So the kids, your wife, everybody is registered under Balde. You understand? Anything that is under Balde is registered under Balde. And the file is with office.
On the whole, this is controlled, huh?
Yeah. So, but now it's going to be more control. Now, not only registering them, putting them in our file. Now we will recall every medicine and test them. And certify them.
Is that information online? Is it free information for me to go online to your website and I see all the registered pharmacies? So because maybe I might see pharmacy that looks dodgy. It's not?
That is technical information.
Just to know the pharmacies that are registered?
If you go to the office that is responsible, they can give you access to it. But for public, that means something else.
No, what I mean is just registered.
Yes.
These are just as when I go to the Ministry of Justice, registered companies. I know
doesn't go public.
But why not? What's the confidential? What's the confidential?
Because we are talking about medicine. We are talking about drugs.
But you're registered, and I'm using you.
Yes, but the drug I register, you can come and look at it and do something else with it.
We have exhausted this time.
And you might not be the professional to even see that.
Gando, we will like you to come back again.
Definitely. So that we would love a panel, at QTV, if they can grant us this panel with Mr. Boy, So we have a national debate on this. Because we'll be having, the following week, we'll be having launching of the emergency treatment center.
What we do, the minister will have to come and buy a time here.
Inshallah, I'll push for that. I'll push for that. We are working on that.
And Gando, it's good we have this laboratory in our country.
And to make it work.
Look, brother, sometimes
it started working. You have seen that
sometimes
sustainable.
All right, so we've exhausted the time. Now we will prevent ourselves from taking painkillers, and you wouldn't even feel you've taken painkiller.
Yes. Some are made with chalk. You don't know.
You never know. So we'll be right back. We'll be right back after the break.
QMoney is changing the game with mobile money payment. Now, you can pay your QCell mobile broadband plan faster, easier, and way more convenient with your QMoney wallet. Just open the QMoney app or dial *323#. Select option 4 to buy or pay your broadband plan in seconds. No stress, no lines, no last-minute panic. Whether you're streaming your favorite shows, browsing the web, or working from home, stay connected without missing a beat. Stay connected the easy way with QMoney's QCell mobile broadband payments anytime, anywhere. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Senior Carpet. Terms and conditions apply.
In today's world, speed matters, but slow internet can hold you back. Now, the future of connectivity has arrived in the Gambia. QCell's QFiber, ultra-fast, ultra-reliable internet designed for the way you live. Stream your favorite shows without buffering. Power your business with seamless video calls. Study, work, and play online like never before. From homes to businesses, QCell Fiber is connecting the Gambia to the future. QCell's QFiber. Get connected today. Call 145 or 300-3779. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
QCell, the fastest growing network in the Gambia, now presents to you the eSIM. QCell's eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the QCell 5G Gaming Hub, powered by ultra-fast 5G connectivity from QCell, the fastest network in the Gambia. No lag, no limits, just pure performance. Multiple PlayStations, Xbox racing with full car wheel control, and immersive virtual reality experiences that put you inside the action. Play the biggest titles: FIFA, Call of Duty, NBA 2K, Street Fighter 6, Forza, and many more. Experience gaming like never before. The QCell 5G Gaming Center is open weekdays from 12 p.m. and weekends from 11 a.m. Closed Tuesdays. For bookings and inquiries, call 381-0008. The QCell 5G Gaming Hub. Not just gaming. This is the ultimate gaming experience.
Gambia, are you ready for something big?
From your trusted GSM operator, QCell, your favorite app just got a major upgrade.
From your phone to the world, buy credit, buy Sunu bundle packages, loan credit with eFankanta, and buy Q Power all in one place.
And here's the real upgrade. Q Money is now fully integrated in the app. Send money, pay bills, save money, so faster and easier than ever.
And for our entertainment lovers, stream QTV, Q Radio Live anytime, anywhere.
But that's not all. This upgrade also brings enhanced security features, smoother performance, and a brand new interface designed to save your time.
This is more than an app.
This is freedom at your fingertips.
Download the new QCell app today and unlock your digital life.
For more information, call our customer care on 111.
QCell, Sunubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Browse with us. QCell brings you a promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25 Cs. Yes! Recharge $25 Cs and enjoy the convenience of
This is QTV This Morning. We are back. You are watching this program, and we are broadcasting from the Gambia, West Africa on QCell Avenue. Now let's head to the last segment of this program. We have Seini Sedikan, Rise of Gambian, and Rachel, Ogo Nyasi, Aaron Chata. And of course, we'll be talking about Setal Sunyureo, ambassadors. Of course, as you know, Setal Sunyureo is an initiative for cleaning the Gambia, making sure we do not litter our streets and, communities. So wherever you are, get closer to your TV set and we'll hear from them. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So let's start with Miss Jase.
Rachel Ogonyasi.
Nyasi, rather.
Yes.
All right. So tell us about your involvement with Setal Sunyureo.
Okay, thank you. I think that's an amazing question. I'm so grateful to be on this podium today. First, I would like to thank the Q Group Foundation, and of course, not forgetting Suleiman and all the volunteers of Aaron Chata organization. Just to give a brief, Aaron Chata, it's a non-profit organization that was actually registered back in 2022, 1st of August in the Gambia. And then we are more into environmental activities and of course women empowerment. So this is a little bit about it. And yes.
Okay. All right, so let's hear from Mr. Saidikan.
Okay.
You're from Rise of
Gambia.
Yeah. Okay, tell us about it.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum to you all. I'm very glad to be here today, this morning at QTV. Rise of Gambia is an initiative formed by me. I'm the founder.
Okay.
It's an initiative that we normally do these settles at our communities by volunteering doing it. So we've seen that it's very important to keep our environment clean. We believe that a clean environment is a healthy environment by involving the young ones. So we had this Settle Suñu Réew on social media, and then we applied, and then we become an ambassador with QCell. And then it is very good. We see QCell come up with this initiative to involve the youth in their environment. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So how did you come in contact with Settle Suñu Réew team? Pressure.
Amazing. I first heard about the initiative on Watson Gambia. So then I made a screenshot and I sent it to the president. I was like to him, don't you think this is an opportunity? Because I think we have the same thing when it comes to this initiative. Don't you think it's an opportunity for us to apply and then see whether we will be selected or not? This is how we then apply, and then thank God today we are proud to call ourselves brand ambassadors of Settle Suñu Réew.
Okay.
Yes.
That's it. Rise up Gambia. We've been asleep, have we?
Yeah.
I suppose. So what do you do with this liaison, this affiliation with Suñu Réew campaign? What do you do?
Okay, we normally do the Settle, and then we normally do videos for awareness, to make people to aware. You know, normally these videos on this TikTok, you know, for example, I can come and then later, and then you will be passing by and telling me that, bro, fini. I will ask you the question, smoke sani fumoko sani, because this must be dustbin fumoko sani. And then I know, okay, next time, keep go, and go hold foko sani. Because of soko sani fini, can the phone sani fufunun. Next minute, you moko njaga sani, then I rom, okay, filming it till it, you course. So that's what we normally do. You know, I have a partner, he's called Aliu. He's on TikTok, he's go with Belgium. You know, he has a lot of followers. We normally do those sketches, and then once in a week at our area in Bijulo and in Gunjur, we normally do these Settle things, and then we involve the young ones, the kids, because those are the targets. For us, maybe at our age, our over age, for them to understand these things is very hard. But the young ones and the women, they easily understand these stuff.
Now, this is interesting. Before you come in, why do you think that we do that? We throw our litter on the ground instead of putting it in the bin. Is it that we're ignorant? We don't know that we shouldn't do that? Or is it that for some reason we've got certain habits? Even though you know that you shouldn't do it, somehow you find yourself doing it.
Yeah, because
you need to know that in order to frame your campaign.
Yeah, because sometimes these are the things that we are deeply rooted in our systems as Gambians. Because people think that, okay, for me to later things in the highway, KMC or Brikama Area Council or the government are responsible to come and clean it. Those are the things that is deeply rooted in our mindsets. Sometimes we will just tell people about it. They say, okay, you know, some people they don't know about it. They are ignorant about it. But some people they know, but they do it. They do it like, okay, I don't care. The KMC of course, or Brikama Area Council of course, or the government, Minister of Environment have to come and do this thing. So that's why we always come and do the campaign and those videos and sensitize people. Okay, this is not what you should do. This is what you should do. So that will normally help us with the campaign.
I'm Rachel. Same. What do you do? And your reflections on habits? I don't know what he was talking about. So what exactly do you do? And where?
Actually, like I said earlier on, Aaron Chata was registered back in 2022. And since then, we've never relaxed. We've been engaging young people. And even right now, as I'm talking to you, this evening we'll be having like our summer environmental training. It's something that we normally do yearly to sensitize the youths, because I always believe in this. Advocacy without action is hypocrisy. Yeah. And sorry to use that word, but that is the reality. We keep advocating, but then we also have to make sure that we gather the youths and then show them that we have to do the action. And that is why I am so grateful. The fact that this Settle Suñu Réew come up, it's really helping us in accomplishing our dreams at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So, how has the response been so far since you started this initiative?
Amazing. The turnout was really great because imagine it was a festive season. We weren't expecting that number of people actually to show up. You know how it feels at some point, especially we the ladies, if you tell them, oh, we have to do this activity, and then they will be telling you, oh no, man mangi dem si telo bi pour lijante suma ñëw bi, and then likewise. But then, you know, at the end of the day, it was just amazing. People show up. It's just like they believe in, you know, cleaning our environment. It's something that is really important, because I always believe this, as young people will always have to be ready to push the boundary of what is possible, and of course make life complacent and repetitive, because possible is what is going to move our communities, our states, and the world forward. And as catalysts for change, people are always looking at us for gratification and direction. So it was really amazing to have young people coming together, and then it's not because I'm trying to say here women are the ones leading, but I am proud to say that women were the ones that dominated during that exercise. So I am really proud to call myself as a woman today to be on this podium.
That's it. So where's your area of focus before you come in? Because you will tell us about the response you've had. Do you have an area, particular geographical area of focus?
Yes.
Where is it?
Some time back we had a collaboration with KMC, Birkama Market, BAC, you know, Westfield here kind of thing. We clean, not only that, sometimes we engage ourselves into, tree planting as well. So yes, these are some of our focus areas, like sometimes stone table if necessary.
Yes, so just across all the area councils and stuff.
Exactly.
And you, how's been your response and your area of focus, if any?
Okay, for us, Rise of Gambia, we are focusing on three things, which is the environment and then urban foresting. If you look at our badge, you will see urban foresting and beautifications of areas. You know, if you look at in the Gambia, we are lack of trees, and in our urbans, we normally plant trees at the beaches. But when you look at the urban areas, we literally have few trees in urban areas. So and it's very important we have urban foresting by planting trees on the urban areas. And then at the end of the day, it's very important also we beautify our public places like our garages, you know. So it's important to do that. So when it comes to the environment, we only focus on, for now, Gunjur and Bijilo. But we said, Rise of Gambia, we only want to stop at those areas. We want to cover the entire nation, as if it is possible. That's our target. But for now, we just focus on Bijilo and Gunjur.
So how closer are you to your target of covering the entire nation?
Okay, we are not actually there, but we somehow there. Because we involve people, like when you look at our last environmental at turntable, we involve people that are from Kesirin, Kololi, at that end, so to involve them, Sukuta, you know, to involve them to engage in these recitals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
let me just come in a bit. We move on a bit. Earlier on, we were talking about sustainability. What's the strategy? How sustainable is this sort of periodic mobilization of volunteers to come and clean here or clean there? In the longer term, what's the strategy? Where would that lead to? What do you think would be a sustainable mechanism in place for this sort of thing, in your experience so far?
Okay, one thing I'm going to say is that I think we are doing a lot. It's not actually easy as environmentalists, but I also think government also have a say in this journey, because if ministries come on board to have a collaboration with the youth groups and come up, probably we have representatives in parliament when it comes to decision making. It's actually going to help us in this journey, because at the end of the day, what happens is if our representatives are there to say that, hey, we think you guys need to come up with laws, that will actually help us at the end of the day. Because imagine if probably, let's say, my colleague here knows that Sumastani Elini, Damawara Fay 5,000. wala su ma defee lii nii dañ maa charge lii da ngaa gis ne suñu réew mi dafa gën a set and because yow sa boppa you will have that fear ne lii waruma ko def because su ma ko defee at the end of the day dama am pour fay nangam so su policy boobu noonu ñëwee rek boobu daf ñoo gën a dimbale si liggéey bi da ngaa gis Gambia where we want to see Gambia will be there maybe in years to come, probably let's say 2045.
That's it. So it's not just laws, but the enforcement of the laws that will make the difference. Yeah. So from your angle, the sustainability thing, surely the sustainability stance would be people stop doing that sort of thing. Yeah. Don't you think? In the end, that's really what it is. Having the habit, cultivate the habit to put our litter in the bin. What do you think?
Okay, for me, I think we have to involve a lot of stakeholders. For example, the VDCs of every communities, you know, the women cafes and the schools, you know, we have to involve them, and then, as he said, we have to have seminars with them time to time to change the mindset. Because the most important thing here is the mindset of people toward this littering in the streets, and you know, people don't care. You know, sometimes people will find you killing in the environment. They will say, "Can you find a sometimes, bro, I don't know. Because people think that whatever you do here, there should be money involved. You know, because during the Ramadan, I did one at Kasumé Roundabout with my boys, and then the guys found me there. Boy, the following day we went there, and then we found the same lottery there. I approached them. I told, bro, I them from that day since up to the later there.
Okay.
So I think the communication have to be always there, and then the laws that the anti-littering laws have to be implemented, and then those are the laws that have to be enforced by the government and by the people. But the VDCs have to be involved. They have a role to play. The councillors as well. We need the councillors, the VDC, and then the council as well.
Thank you. So finally, what do you have, to tell the viewers and the foundation, Q Group Foundation, and the Settle Suñu Réew before we close this segment?
Once again, I want to say thank you to, of course, I will keep saying this. I want to say thank you to the Q Group Foundation for giving us such an opportunity to be on this podium. Because I always believe in this saying. It's like, as a brand ambassador today, it's like you are becoming the face and of course the voice of those who don't have the same opportunity, and that is something that actually sets me apart. So seeing myself on this platform today means a lot to me, because it's like I am here to bridge the gap between the initiative and the community. So it's a whole lot. Probably a lot of people wish to be here and then they are not here today. So and then the other thing that I want to say is just to tell the young people that are into this journey, it's not actually easy. It's all about patience. You know, sometimes, like my colleague just highlighted, I remember some time ago, like in Brikama, we were trying to clean, and then they're young girls, and then they passed. The other one was like, and then the other was like, excuse me, so at some point, I feel like saying, oh, you guys should not say this, but I said, let me ignore, because it's all about patience. Because sometimes people will just pass and they will talk anyhow, and like he made mention of, sometimes people will feel that you're being paid for this. But I just want people to understand, it's not about, being paid, but it's about passion. And I used to say this like few years ago, I made up my mind to venture into this journey, and nothing can stop that, because I have love for my environment.
Thank you.
So this is what I actually
Thank you very much. Finally,
absolutely.
Quickly.
Yeah, I think the closing remark, I will do it in local language. I believe people can like.
Yes.
I think it's Santa QTV, and then QCL is an initiative, Settle Suñu Réew. So Settle Suñu Réew, if I nekk loo xam ne lu baax la, te dafa ñëw pour sensitize people to understand ne lii nekkul ne pour leneen na pour ñun yëpp la. Imagine sa dëkk su setee dafa healthy, te su healthy you are safe, but dëkk bu tilim you are not even safe. Kon ñu ko waxee rek léegi-léegi ñu fekk la si loolu sax ne xoolal kii lu moo def lu tilim lii, te lu tilim loolu yow yaa ko fa def, keneen ak keneen def ko foofu noonu, but su fekkee ne keneen nit yi jógun pour def loolu, the country will not be clean. Imagine right now soo demee ngay dox boori si market bi, you see mbalit fu nekk nga ko dee gis, and then mu nekk loo xam ne it's not hygiene, mu nekk loo xam ne setul. So fendo mi yaran ko abang affected, because more believe talako Kadulaka danda unsaniande, fendo mi anko, amanke itala tuta, amanke la responsibility. Mola responsibility wala unko KMC ni implicama ile council.
Abarka.
So mbomo be tentu la baki usul tentu la.
Thank you very much for coming on the program. Keep doing what you do. I mean, you know, that is the only way we can keep our environment clean. Consistency is very important in whatever.
And even that concept, as they were talking, this phrase came into my head, commercialized citizenship. If they're waiting for somebody to come and pay you, and citizenship is not about that at all. It's about taking responsibility, not getting paid for it.
This is all we have. We'll be back here next week again for another edition of QTV This Morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Mboj.
Cheers.
It was really good catching up with you this week.
Good.
Yes. So viewers, this is all we have. Thank you very much. We'll be back here again for another edition next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Internet from 1 a.m. to